What's up, good people? Christian Allaire here, coming to you from my home here in Huntington Beach. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to a little bit of yoga practice with me. So for today's practice, we're going to begin in a seated position to ground, to center, to slow the system down in order to prepare our body to move on a more vigorous level. So, a lot of joy with doing some practice with you today. So let's begin in that seated position. So find a nice comfortable spot to where your hips are maybe a little elevated over the knees. So a block or a cushion might be nice. You could also consider lying down too if sitting in a comfortable position is not part and parcel of your today's practice. So with the eyes starting to close down, and start to bring your breathing into a pattern of rhythm. Something that's sustainable. And you want to find a position of alertness, but you're stable and comfortable. So if you're in the seated position, the head sits upon the shoulders are right over the hips. And when the bones are stacked, then you have lots of stability, which will make your breathing apparatus more effective, and it simply will reduce the strain to hold the position, which in turn creates a more tranquil and peaceful mind. Okay, let's gently open up your eyes, and then I'd like you to raise your arms above your head. Long spine, you want to stretch. So from the sits bones through the fingertips, take a long stretch, maybe pull the pit of the belly in and up a little bit, and then chair twist to the left side. So you're going left with the right hand to the left knee, turn over the left shoulder. And then we'll come back through center, raise the arms, breath in. And we'll chair twist to the right side, left hand to the right knee. Come back to the center, raise the arms up to the sky. Good, big breath in. Set the hands behind you. We're gonna open up the chest. So balloon the chest up towards the sky, draw the shoulder blades towards one another, lift the chin. And then on an exhale, we're gonna take the hands out in front of us. You're gonna round the shoulders forward, walk them out. The hands, that is, walk your body down towards the mat. And we'll walk back in. And then we'll take your body into a nice tabletop pose. So stack the knees and hips, move your block to the side. Let's take your body into free movement. So just whatever kind of movement in this tabletop position is suitable. You're just prepping the ground. You're landing on the mat, integrating into the practice here. As always, I recommend that you take your rests when needed. Have a little bit of fun while you do practice. And if you would like to move right along in step in tandem with me, well, that's also an option. Okay, you're gonna bring it back to the center. I want you to curl your toes underneath and then spin your fingertips towards the knees. And then we're gonna rock back and lift the heels of the hands to stretch in, feel any intensity in the wrists. And then we're gonna come forward. So now you plant the heels of the hands, shoulders out in front of the wrists, and then rock it back. Heels lift. And we'll do that again. As you come forward, remember you're into the toes a little bit, so you're trying to stretch the arches of the feet. And now you're gonna rock it back so the hips go towards the heels. And now here you're just gonna bend one elbow at a time. Just bend an elbow, plant a wrist. There you go, just move into it. Just feel that, a little free movement. Okay, spin your fingers So now they're facing forward. Then you want to place the backs of the hands on the mat so the fingers are facing one another. Just going to remain here for a few seconds of intensity. Okay, we're going to go ahead and release. Then you're going to sit your butt onto your heels. I want you to roll your wrists out. So you can interlace the fingers, roll it out here like so. You could grab one wrist gently with the opposite hand, roll it out, roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. Good work. Coming back to tabletop pose, spread the fingers nice and wide. Let's move into cow face. So take a breath in, lift the tailbone, lift the head. By the way, the toes are now untucked. And then come into cat pose. So as you round into cat, you push into the tops of the feet and you hover the knees off and you push the floor away. Round the spine. And plant the knees back down, cow facing. Slow cat pose. As you bring the Jalandhara, chin to chest, you hover the knees off the floor, pushing to the tops of the feet. Protract the shoulders. Plug the knees, cow facing. Inhale, look up. One more time. Cat pose, tops of the feet root. Knees hover, push the floor away. Round the shoulders. Knees back down to the floor. Now curl your toes underneath. Down dog. Take the hips up and back. Pedal your feet back and forth. Long dog or a short dog stance, up to you. Just move it around a little bit here. I do apologize, I think the microphone is like right up into my nostrils, right? So it could be a little loud. Work with me here, folks, work with me. Okay, coming back to a still downward facing dog. Come into high plank, round into a plank pose. And let's lower all the way down to the floor, setting up for Bhujangasana. Cobra pose, plug the tops of the feet into the floor, lift the heart, lift the spine, breathe in. Drop in. Lift the heart, Bhujangasana. Drop in. Make your way, child's pose. Spread the knees nice and wide. Big toes touch, big toes touch. Stretch the hands out in front of you. Downward facing dog. Let's take the hips up and then pedal it out. Okay, rise up onto your toe mounds as high as you can. Lift up onto the heels. Keep pressing the floor away. And now staying on the toes, you're going to tiptoe forward. Tiptoe forward, tiptoe forward. And then when you get your feet to your wrists, plant the heels, ragdoll.
I'ma make you mine tonight. I feel you breathing on you.
Let's take the hands behind you, lace up the fingers, palm to palm grip, stretch the hands away from the sacrum, halfway up. Yogi bow. Okay, keep the arms bound. Slowly we come up with a flat back to mountain pose with the hands bound and then a slight back bend. Keep integrating the shoulders. Yogi bow with the hands bound. Drop in. Twist, left hand in front of your left toes, take the right arm up. Left leg bends, right leg straightens out. Turn your head, left eyeball to the right thumb. Fold, right hand to the floor. Left arm to the sky. Fold, left hand to the floor. Mountain pose, take it up. Stretch it up, breath in. Bow in. Halfway lift. High plank. Full breath. Low plank. Upward facing. Down dog, take it back. Swing the right foot forward, set the left knee down. Arms up for modified lunge. Bring the hands behind you, lace them up. Palm to palm grip again. You're going to take it into a slight back bend. You can pistol grip where your fingers are facing and pointing towards your left foot. Awesome work. Release, set the hands down. Half split, shift your butt back. Okay, point the toes. Place the hands underneath your shoulders and lift your right heel up off the mat, round the spine. Okay, set your right heel back down onto the floor, bend into the right leg. Curl the left toes, easy twist. Send the right arm up. Open twist to the right, 3, 2. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Step forward, left foot to the right. Flat back, halfway lift, hands to shins is fine. Bow in. Rise up. Bow in. Halfway lift. Step it back, plank. Low plank. Upward dog. Down dog. Left foot forward, set the right knee down, modified lunge. Send the arms up. Bring the hands back behind you, palm to palm grip, take it up backwards. Hands to the floor, hips back, fold. Again, your hands are on the floor, fingertips underneath the shoulders, point your left toes, pull the pit of the belly into the stomach, and then lift. Did that make sense? Pull the pit of the belly into the stomach? I guess it did. Let's lift the left foot. Set the left heel back down, bend into the left leg, move into easy twists. Right leg lifts, right hand stays down, left arm extends up, twist open. Left hand to the mat, step forward, right foot meets the left, halfway lift, inhale. Bow, chair pose. Fingers, they can scrape along the mat if you like. Knees coming together, heels slightly apart, pinkies spiral in. Stand up, hands to the heart center, breathe out. Sweep the arms, mountain. Bow in, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, float it back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Make your way to plank, set the left knee down for modified side plank. Take your right arm up, just modified side plank, and keep your right foot sealed on the mat. Send the right arm over your ear. In 3, we're gonna sit up. So you're gonna keep your feet where they are, your right foot down, your left knee down. And then in 3, in 2, we slowly come up. Right hand comes towards the right knee, left arm up. You can look down your back leg, really nice and tight on the right quadricep, feel the side bend. Okay, we move back to the modified side plank where the left hand comes down. Lift your right foot up off the floor. Send your right arm over your ear. And we'll open up into a back bend. Right heel towards the butt cheek, right hand to the top of the foot. Kick your foot behind you, roll the chest open. Okay, we're gonna move to half splits. So we swing the right foot to the top of the mat. There you are, moving into the half splits, maybe a little deeper, maybe a little warmer. Point the right toes, hands underneath the shoulders, hover the heel, hover the heel, hover the heel. You got this, hover, hover, 3, hover, 2. Set the heel down, bend into the leg, easy twist. Lift knee, right arm sky. Booyah, right hand sets down, Step forward, left to right, halfway lift, intake. Bow. Chair pose. Plug it into the heels, lift it up through the arms. 3, 2, heart center, stand up. Hands, mount and extend. Bow in. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, float it back. Set down, upward dog. Downward dog, empty out. Plank, right knee sets down, modified side plank. Take your left arm up. Remember, we keep the left foot on the floor, root down through the right hand, reach up to the sky. Okay, remember there's torso strength being used here, so obliques, belly muscles for sure, rectus abdominis if you like. In 3, we're gonna sit up. In 2, we're gonna sit up. 1, start to look up towards the right hand as you bend the body. Left hand is snaking down towards the left leg. Stretch, side body stretch on the right, compression on the left. Look at the left foot. Come on, bend it a little more. 3. Now you control the release. 2. And as you come out, you use the core. You place the right hand and the left leg lifts. Left arm up, left arm over your ear. And let's bend the back. Kick the left heel towards the hand with the left hand. Grab the tops of the feet and roll it open. Okay, look at your foot and where it's gonna land. So swing the left foot, half splits. Land it, and smoothly move into your half splits. We start to point the left toes, contraction of core, left heel lifts. Left heel plants, easy twist, bend into the left leg. Let's take the right knee up, left arm extends, turn open. Left hand to the floor, breathe out. Step forward, halfway lift into Ardha. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose, rise. Bow in, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana, thunderbolt. Breathe in, yogi bow, lift the hips. Standing splits, left leg to the sky. Drop the head, vertical splits. Step back for runner's lunge. Plant your left toes. Raise the arms for high lunge. Send the arms up. Twisting open, reaching up through the fingers, spin it in, spin it in. Front of the pelvis lifts, the tailbone descends. Don't crank on the back leg. If you need to dip the left knee down a little bit to get the tailbone to dip, no problem. Okay, open the twist. Left hand goes forward, right arm goes behind you. Turning it open, turning it open. High lunge. Let's send the arms up to the sky first. And then power lunge sweeps the hands behind you, crown of the head forward, palms facing down, and integrate shoulders. Right knee, keep it stacked over the ankle, firm on the back leg. Open up to warrior 2, left arm comes up and around, left heel seals the deal. Look over the right fingertips. Okay, take a full breath in, and then sink a little deeper. And then drop into side angle lunge. Forearm to thigh, left arm extends over your ear. Runner's lunge. Take your hands, frame it up on the right leg. Step to the top of the mat. Left foot to the right, halfway lift, please. Yogi bow. Rise up. Yogi bow. Send your right leg up, vertical splits. Step your right foot back, runner's lunge. Awesome work. You're in a beautiful runner's lunge. We take crescent lunge. So you root down and we send the arms up. Squeeze in, center line. So you learn to organize to the central axis of your body. As you pull into center, then you're able to express from the center line outward in the posture. Big breath in, standing twist, left back behind you, right arm forward, turning it open, turn it open. Arms to the sky, crescent lunge, looking forward. Power lunge, sweeps the hands behind you. Integrate shoulders, belly to spine, strong in the thighs. Warrior 2, up and around, spin the radial flat, sink into the left knee, track your gaze over the front sight focus of your left fingertips. Breathe in, sink a little deeper into the left knee, stay firm in the back leg, side angle lunge, left forearm to the thigh, send the right arm up and then over your ear. Okay, make your way to runner's lunge. You're gonna set your hands down, your right heel's up off the floor, low plank. Try to keep your left knee into your nose as you drop it to low. It's a slow motion move. And then we inhale to upward dog. Down dog, right leg to the sky, knee to nose, right knee, left tricep twist, right knee to the left tricep, knee to the nose, kick it back, step forward, high lunge, arms to the sky. Breathe in, standing twist, right back, left forward. Exalt the warrior, left hand up, turn open. High lunge, look forward. Power lunge, send it back. Reverse the warrior. Right arm is up, left hand down. Side angle lunge or extended side angle. Send the left arm over your ear. Half moon, walk your left foot off the floor. Straighten your right leg, look left. Okay, if this is good, you're feeling good, you can take your right hand, place it on your chest. Three, 2. Vertical splits, hands to the floor, left leg to the sky. Chair pose, set your left foot down, sit down, squat down, send the arms up. Stand up, hands to the heart center, breathe out. Sweep the arms up, breathe in. Bow in. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, float it back. Inhale, upward dog. Down dog. Send the left leg up. Knee to nose, squeeze it in. Left knee to the right side, twist. Left knee to the left side. Send it back, three-legged split. Send it forward, high lunge. Breathe in. Standing twist, breathe out. Inhale to exalt, breathe in. Exhale to high lunge. Breathe in. Power lunge. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale to extended side. Half moon pose. Walk the weight into the left leg. Straighten the left leg and lift your right leg. Option, once you're stabilized, is to take the left hand off the floor. Place it on your heart. Standing splits, right hand down, kick your right leg up. Chair pose, right foot to the floor. Send the arms up. Forward fold. Peace sign fingers to the toes. Let's bring them about hip width. Long spine, halfway. Bow in. Release. Toe heel the feet together. Come into chair pose. Sit, squeeze, and lift. Okay, from here, bring your hands to the heart center, pause. We're gonna move into funky chair. So you're gonna take your left ankle over the right knee, and then once you squat down, send your arms forward. Okay, let's stand it up, stork pose. You're gonna take your arms up, send your left foot forward. Airplane pose, left foot comes back. Drop the chest, extend the arms back. Revolving half moon, left hand to the floor of the block underneath your left shoulder, take your right arm up. Twist open. Fold forward. Feet should be hip width apart. Step on the hands. Gorilla. Release. Toe heel the feet together. Chair pose. Sit the butt down, plug the heels in. Send the arms up. Hands to the heart center. Funky chair. Take your right ankle over the left knee. It's a figure 4 position. And as you sit your butt back, send your arms forward. Okay, from here, let's slowly stand it up, stork pose. Send your right foot forward, reach up through the arms. Let's take an airplane ride over Huntington Beach. Swing the right foot back, drop the chest. Revolved half moon, right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Beautiful. Fold, right foot meets the left. Very gently, you're gonna sit your butt down onto the floor. Roll onto your back, hug the knees into your chest, squeeze. Gently rock side to side. Okay, from here, I'd like you to send your feet up towards the sky, lace up the fingers behind your head. We're just gonna fire up the core a little bit. So we pulse the chest up towards the toes. We do that 10 times. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yoga bicycles. Right foot drops down, bend the left leg. With your right elbow, take it to the left knee. 1 and change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands to the backs of the knees. Rock and roll back and forth. Rock and roll vinyasa. When you're ready, plant the hands, send it back, chaturanga, send it up dog. Take downward dog, lift up the right leg, open up the hip. You're gonna fan the toes wide open. Opening up that whole right side body, square it up, and then flip the dog. Right foot comes over, send the hips up. With your left hand, bring it behind your skull. and then point the elbow towards the upper left-hand corner of the mat. Now you're inverted, so it's going to be a little confusing. Three-legged dog. Let's take the right hand down. Kick your right leg up to the sky. To fallen star, the right foot to the outside of the wrist. Left arm up. Come into low plank. Left hand to the floor. Low plank. High plank. Low plank. High plank. Come into low plank. Right knee to the nose, straighten the arms. Knee to the nose, straighten the arms. Right leg to the sky. Crescent lunge, right foot. Root and rise. Open up to 2. Breathe out. Inhale to reverse the warrior. And then triangle pose. Right hand shoots way out in front of the toes. You can take peace sign fingers to your right big toe. Extend the left arm up, or you can take your hand to your shin. Okay, we're going to do Prasarita forward fold. So set the hands down and pivot your right toes. Pivot your right toes and then fold in. Drop down. Inner thighs are rotating in towards one another. You can take your hands to the outsides of the feet. Step the fingers underneath the heels. Draw down. Once you get into that nice deep position, let the shoulders come away from your ears. Okay, making your way into runner's lunge. So you pivot the right toes, and you're in runner's lunge to pyramid pose. Back foot steps in, roughly 3 feet between the heels. Fold to the right over your right leg, knee to nose. Okay, you're gonna walk your hands out in front of you, way out in front of you. Vertical splits, bear weight into the right leg, send your left leg up. Shiva squat, left knee to the outside of the right foot, dip it down, send it back up. 1, Shiva squat 2, send it back up. Shiva squat 3, send it back up. Set back, left foot, I'm sorry I didn't say that well, runner's lunge, left foot back. Now, hug the right knee into the nose, low plank, slow bell. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to down face. Left leg lifts, open the hip. Let's really stretch the left side body here. Push the floor away, belly to spine. And flip. Send the hips up. Now the left hand, place it behind your skull, and then the elbow is the pointer. The elbow is the barrel, pointed towards the upper right. Three-legged dog. Left hand to the floor. Send the left leg up nice and high. Fallen star. Left foot to the outside of the wrist. And take the arm up. Open up. So here, ideally, you're trying to get your toes to spin up off the mat. Okay, pay close attention. Low plank. Low plank. Left toes are lifted. High plank. Low plank. High plank. Low plank. Left knee to the nose as you straighten your arms. Knee to nose as you straighten your arms. Three-legged dog. High lunge. Exhale, left foot forward. Root and rise. Warrior 2. Opens you up. Inhale, straightening out the left leg. We move into triangle pose. Right arm over the ear, or a hand to the block, or peace sign fingers capture your big toe. Okay, Prasarita fold. You want to bring your hands down. You want to pivot the left toes. And now it's yogi's choice. You could work on handstands. You could come into a headstand. You could also lunge back and forth. You could peace sign fingers to the big toes. It is all up to you. I'm going to take Skandasana myself. So Skandasana, you can have your heel into the floor with the feet sticking up. Another way to slice Skandasana is to try to keep the outer edge of the left foot or the right foot, whatever side you're on the mat, and you're going to get a monster stretch. It isolates it into the groin. So you'll start to bump up against your restrictions and your limitations in poses like Skandasana. Okay, if you're upside down in a headstand or a handstand, slowly start to come out of that pose. And then we're gonna meet back in the Prasarita fold. So wherever you are, bring it back. And then we move to the runner's lunge. Pivot the left toes. Pivot the left toes. And then we take pyramid pose. So you step the back foot in, and then we round knee to nose. Start to walk your hands way out in front of you. Standing splits. You shift the weight into the left leg and raise the right. Shiva squat. Right knee comes to the outside of the left foot. You come into that deep squat and then powerfully straighten out the left leg, send the right leg up. 1 and dip. Lift and squat. Lift. 1 more because I can't count. Squat down, tap, runner's lunge. Let's send the right foot back. Send the left foot back. And then we're going to hold a high plank. Holding, scooping the tailbone underneath, pressing the floor away. Drishti, well, just slightly in front of your fingers. 10 seconds. Hold. 5 seconds. Hold, and lower all the way down. Left cheek to the mat, facial cheek that is. Send the arms behind. Chin back to the center. Let's do a couple back bends, shall we? Bend the knees, capture the tops of the feet. Okay, when you get a hold of the tops of the feet, I want you to think about keeping the weight in the soft part of your belly. Begin, kick the feet into the hands, bring the knees and thighs off the mat, and then weight into the belly. Lift your head. Release, right facial cheek to the floor. Look left. To the center. Bend the knees. You can do a second set with the tops of the feet, or we're going to take the ankles. If you have the ankles, I want you to work your knees a little closer in. Flex the toes so the soles of the feet are facing up towards the ceiling. And then start to kick the feet in the hands. Keep the thighs on the mat. Thighs stay on the floor. Lift up. Sips of air here. Sips of air. And release. Left facial cheek to the floor. And it's a gentle windshield wiper. We're talking not daily setting, we're talking intermittent. You don't want to do windshield wiper movements vigorously after you just did some back bends. It very well could be too jarring for the spine. Okay, bring your chin back to the center. I want you to take your hands out to the side. Stay on your fingers. Feet come together. And I want you to use your core and back muscles to lift the chin. Now lift the hands and the feet. When you release, do that now. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, push up. Down dog, hips backing up. Pedal out the feet. Let's get some back releasing here, some neutralization of the spine. Okay, you're gonna walk your feet about halfway up the mat. We're gonna do something called donkey kicks, right? This is preparation for handstands. You bring your feet together, your fingers are nice and wide, and the hands are, and the wrists are shoulder width distant. Your job and your duties are to try to kick your own butt, but don't do it in a spasmodic way. You want to try to find the hover. Find the hover. Do it. Do it. Do it. One more time. Do it. It's like that movie, Starsky and Hutch. Do it. Just do it. Okay, land the feet. Okay, and now we're going to sit our butt onto the mat. And we're going to extend the feet out in front of us, sitting up for seated forward fold. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'll mention it again because it's an important one. In fact, maybe I'll go into a little more detail. The hamstring attaches from the back of the knee and also at the top of the butt. Way at the top of the butt. If you have, and take your hands and remove the flesh where you spin the butt cheek out to the side, you very well could rotate the attachment point of the hamstring at the glute. You could rotate it out of alignment to where now it's not linear, it's actually on a curve. And you're doing that and taking it out of alignment right at the moment you're getting ready to do a monster stretch, okay? So the technique is, if you're gonna do a technique, a couple different ways, you could really just keep the flesh that God gave you right underneath your ass cheeks, which was intended. If you're really into the whole thing, then you can take one butt cheek and move it back and back and back. How I roll, I'll do this now. Let's take a forward fold. How I roll is I bring it down, and then once I get to the bottom, I just walk a hip back and a hip back. And I try to bring a heel forward and a heel forward. And it's very minor movements, but it helps to kind of get me into the pocket, like a goose getting down onto the nest, you know, wiggling their feathers as they wiggle and lay down, get comfortable in the nest. It's kind of like that. Now, peace sign fingers grabs onto your right big toe. You can either keep your left peace sign finger attached to your left toes or not. You sit up and you pull the right foot back. So I don't have the range of motion here. Some people do, but you're pulling the knee back and reaching forward. And we're gonna release. The right foot comes forward, stay connected. And now we take the left foot. So I can do it on this side, but it's a little awkward, so I just don't do it. I pull back on the left, keep pulling back as you're reaching forward with the right. Okay, we come back and send the left foot forward. Now we take Bhujangasana, soles of the feet come in. Grab underneath the feet, or you split the inner arches apart by your thumbs, pulling them apart. Take a breath in to lengthen. And on the exhale, press the knees away, fold in. Okay, you're going to release out of it, peace sign fingers to your big toes. Straddle boat pose, straddle boat pose. So you take your feet apart, kick through the heels, pull everything apart. Sternum lifts, chin lifts up a little bit. So you're exercising the strength of your fingers here. Your forearms are getting a little bit of a workout here. You're kicking through the heels to lengthen the hamstrings and the calf muscles. It's playing with your balance here. If your core is not engaged, then you're going to have a tendency to slump, so you pull the belly into the spine. Simultaneously, you lift the chest. Rotate the shoulder blades into the back. Lift the chin. And let's bring the feet back together. And then use your, let go of the toes, and then use your core to float the heels down to the mat. Beautiful work. Now we're going to do seated angle, where you bring your feet way apart. Seated angle, and it's kind of like the straddle boat we just did, but just a little different and a little less taxing. We will begin by bringing the hands behind us. This is to lengthen the chest and the spine to the sky. As you do so, flex the toes, and then we walk forward. Hands come out in front, and just gently breathe yourself into the pose. A little deeper, a little more peace. A lot of harmony. And we're going to release out of this. Let's bring the feet together, and then we'll do a hip opener on our butt. So figure four, take your left ankle on top of the right knee, and then start to walk the hands closer in so the chest is pressing towards the inner left shin. You can always do this on your back and thread the needle, as they say. I kind of like staying onto my hands because it gives me more control. You engage the toes towards the knee to protect the knee joint. Remember, a knee joint that is stable and contracted will not turn and helps to prevent injuries. Change the side. Left foot to the floor. Right ankle over the knee. Toes to flex. And then start to move into the posture at your own depth and your own pace. You can look for some alignment cues here. So there is a concept in yoga, I'll chat while you guys stretch out your hips, that you start out by form. You just simply find the shape, the form, kind of a rough sketch, so to speak. And once you find that shape and that form, then you start to refine. And so in this pose, you could look at where your left heel is. Did it come across center line? It should be in line with your left butt cheek. So maybe you toe heel the left foot over. Maybe the ankle is now way over to the left side and you're not on the ankle anymore, you're on the shin, or you're almost coming into eagle style legs, refinement. Once you refine this pose and any pose that you might consider doing this type of analysis in, once you get into that beautiful shape, you're dialed in, you're feeling good, looking good, and thinking you ought to be in Hollywood, that is the point when you express in the pose. When you think, maybe I can get a little more gangsta in the pose. What can I do? How can I manifest this off the mat? What quality am I bringing here? Is the breath present? Is my mind wandering? Am I looking at the person to the left or to the right? All these things. Okay, beautiful. Let's relax and release. Coming out. We're going to make our way into shoulder stand. Back to the floor, legs to the sky. Invert. So you bring your feet up, cross the ankles over one another, and then extend the feet up and balance on the shoulder. Hence the word and the name shoulder stand. It's not neck stand, it is weight on the shoulder. Once you get upright, perpendicular, and you want to extend up. Plow pose. Be aware of what's behind you. Deaf man's pose. Happy baby. You're coming out of deaf man's at a slow clip. Nothing occurs quickly here. Coming out, grab the outsides of the feet or the insides of the feet. Mula Bandha, drop the tail downward. So there's downward pressure here. Back of the head is to the floor, a little tucking of the chin. Okay, we're going to do wind removing, so send your right leg forward. And twist. Left knee comes across the body. Release. Knees to chest. Whenever you bring your knees to your chest, the intention here is to press the lower part of your back into the mat. So you want to flatten out, you want to reduce or eliminate the curve in the lower lumbar spine. And that's going to help neutralize the spine. And now we want to do the other side. So kick through the left, send it forward. Let's hug the right knee in. So pinching sensation in the hip joint would be normal and natural here. So compress in towards the right armpit after you clear the rib cage. And you literally are lacing up the fingers and pulling. When you get to that point where you can't go anymore, you hold it. Twist. Take the right knee, bring it across the body. And release to the center, knees to the chest, hug it in. And make your way into your final rest of Shavasana. I'm going to sit in the meditation position, so feel free to find your block or your cushion, either in lotus, half lotus, Padmasana. And just get the thoughts to clear, the breath to be free and easy. And then maybe bring up something that feels a little bit like a gratitude practice. If you're in Shavasana, take a moment to wiggle the toes and the fingers, and maybe even stretch the arms above the head. And then meeting me in the seated position. And then once you get into the seated position, draw the hands to the center of your chest. Thumbs to heart, heart to thumbs. Dip the chin down just slightly. And now from here, take the thumbs and bring it to the forehead center. So when intuition signifies your intuition qualities, your ability to discern and differentiate. And then keeping your hands in the prayer position, bring the hands above the head. And what this signifies is the individual soul meeting the universal soul. The lower self meets the higher self. And this is what we endeavor to do. The ultimate goal would be to liberate and find freedom. And with that, set the hands back to the heart center. Thank you so very much for joining me today. The higher self in me honors the higher self in you. Namaste. And please open up your eyes. So a moment here with me, super jazzed to bring these practices to you from my home in Huntington Beach. Once again, my name is Christian Allaire. I'm a veteran turned yogi and a yoga teacher here in Huntington Beach. And if you did find value in this video, then smash down on that like button and really hit the subscribe button. That's super helpful to me. And then share the videos, get the practices out. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.